everyone. It is Thursday. I tell you, I checked the calendar. It is Thursday. Welcome. How are you tonight? What are you grateful for this Thursday evening? Yes, people, what are you grateful for? What made Thursday special for you? Tell me about it. Here we are cruising through week 72, 73. You guys make it look easy. You make it look easy as we flying through week 72, 73. Flying. But tell me about your day. What is making your world special today on this Thursday? The 5th, you've already knocked 5 days down of August. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 days down. Yes, that is what you have done. You are awesome, knocking all those days down already. 5 of them. Just like it's nothing. Nothing. Professionals like yourself, amazing people. You've got this. You have got this. You're rocking it. You know, you're taking it to the next level. Amazing the levels you're taking it to. I am very proud of you guys. Very proud of you. But tell me what we are grateful for today. Another day on this planet, another day out there. What are you grateful for? We are broadcasting tonight on both Facebook and YouTube. So if you have any problems with Facebook, you can hop right on over to YouTube. We're both. It's like there's almost like there's two of me, but one. I don't know how they do it. I just get up here and talk. I don't know what we're doing. I just stand. Well, I don't even do that. I move around. But it is great to have you here on this Thursday night. Let's get this party started with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we start this program each and every night. And tonight in the Good Morning, Good Night book, we're on page 90. Good morning. Your mind is yours alone. Do what it takes to make yourself comfy. Build a library in there. Play some music. Make it your home. There is your good morning tonight. There it is, folks. That is a mighty fine good morning tonight on this Thursday night. Let's see what I've got for you tonight. Let's see what we got here. Is that something else that I did? 1 second. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that meeting I had today. Dun, dun, dun. Like I've had so many meetings today. Hey, Kitty, how are you? Great to have you here live tonight on this Thursday night. What are you grateful for this Thursday night? What are you grateful for? I think I'm screwing everybody up by showing up at more 8 than ish. I think I'm messing everybody's schedule up by showing up at more 8 than ish. Our quote from Simon tonight is trust is built on telling the truth, not telling people what they want to hear. Trust is built on telling people the truth, not telling people what they want to hear. You know what today is? Today is not only Thursday, it is Chocolate Chip Day. Chocolate Chip Day. There you go. It is Chocolate Chip Day. I mean, that makes it seem like Chocolate Chip Cookie Day to me. Hey, all that auction stuff is processed and on the floor. Great job, Kitty. I'm proud of you. That is awesome that you got all that processed. That means it's selling too. That means the sales are happening. I know if it's priced, it's selling. That's great news. That is great news that you got all that processed. Very excited about that. I have my good news today is not that my nephews wouldn't say I was a great uncle before, but I became a great uncle again today. My nephew had a son today at 1:00 this morning. So Toby Lovelace was born this morning at 1:00 in the morning in Texas. So Texas found themselves another son there, and born in the great state of Texas. So there you go. That's even better, Kitty. That's even better. I love when we start selling stuff before it's priced. I love that. I remember when we first started taking furniture. I used to work Sundays. That was part of our thing when we first started furniture and decor. And I used to sell stuff all the time before it was priced and before it got in. And you know, my favorite to sell was always the stuff that the ladies had labeled "not for sale." Yeah, how much for that? That question makes the price go up. That question makes the price go up because you want it. You want it. When you ask how much is that, that price is going up. That is the only direction that is going. Because I can always go down. I can't go up. But I was how did you get that much money for that? I'm like, because I knew the buyer. I knew what I had in the buyer's eyes. So I can sell to that. I love that. Here's another quote for you today, and I can't read the author on it because my printer printed it really light. When two people dream the same dream, it ceases to be an illusion. When two people dream the same dream, it ceases to be an illusion. I'm going to teach you a new word tonight. I'm going to teach you a new word. Okay, instead of having a pandemic, which we have right now, what if I told you we were going to move from a pandemic to an endemic? A pandemic to an endemic. Well, that's what the experts are saying, and that is what companies like Moderna, who is one of the vaccines that's out there, are preparing for. An endemic is defined as a disease or condition regularly found among people, particular people, or in a certain area. So a disease or condition regularly found among particular people or in a certain area is what an endemic is. Okay, and so people are saying the experts, okay, are saying we will move at some point. Yeah, I can't wait for an end to it either. I can honestly not wait till this is all over. Okay, but we will move from a pandemic to an endemic, and the basic difference is, if you want to think about it, is this will just be an everyday thing. Okay, having a cold type thing, or getting like a regular flu. Okay, that we will reduce the risk and the injuries and the severity of such. Okay, that vaccines and prevention in our society will reduce it so much that it's just an everyday thing. And so then we will shift from a pandemic to an endemic. And companies like Moderna and Pfizer are preparing for an endemic, and they're preparing their shareholders for an endemic. And what does that mean for their shareholders? The ones that funded this vaccine, okay, and that are reaping, these companies that are reaping these massive profits off of it. is that there will be a continued flow of revenue from the selling of vaccines. Much like the flu shot is sold every year, you may have a annual shot, an annual COVID shot, or a combination COVID shot that does the flu and everything. That's just an annual disease, vaccine. Not that provides that layer of protection. And so, that is preparing the company, their shareholders, the ones putting all the money behind it, showing them that there's a future revenue stream there. Okay, that this isn't a one and done game. But as a society, we will get beyond this everyday discussion of COVID, and we'll talk about the seasonal COVID season. We'll talk about the seasonal flu season. It's cold and flu season, so wash your hands, maybe wear a mask, get your shot. And so it is interesting because Moderna did a better job of talking about this during their call with shareholders. Okay, during their investors call, they did a better job than Pfizer did of talking about this. And so it's important to look at that and how they look at it from a business perspective, and how, as a society, we'll grow out of that. So there's a lot to be learned from a shareholder call like that. Hey, Erica, great to have you here live tonight. Great to have you here. I hope all is well in your world. But that is a plan. They can see that light. They can see that light. Corgis and Scotch. All right. Corgis and Scotch. We were into the whiskey last night. We've started early today. We had an afternoon martini, Kurt. Afternoon martini. But we will have there's something else. In my future here tonight, I can bet you that. Cassandra read an article yesterday about putting Scotch in your coffee. We forgot to try it this morning, but that is something to try and in your morning coffee. But great to have you here, Kurt, live with us. Kurt joining us live with Corgis and Scotch. Have you got a Corgi named Scotch yet? I'm just asking for a friend. So that is what. So just keep that term in mind. It will not be the last time you hear it. Endemic. It'll be something different. Endemic. We're in an endemic. Okay, there you go. This is breaking, shocking news. Not really, but I told you this was coming. Wayfair, their revenue has dropped more than 10%. Why? Because demand in the category is waning. Demand in the category is waning. Keep in mind that Wayfair first became profitable during this pandemic, and that I think in an endemic world, Wayfair will quickly become unprofitable because of the way their business model is. Its U.S. revenue alone fell more than 15.2%. Okay, the U.S. revenue at Wayfair alone fell more than 15%. And net income, which is what I've been talking about with these online, powered by your venture capital money, dropped 52%. Okay, their net income dropped 52%. So their sales dropped 10%. Okay, their income declined 52%, people. It is diversification, people. Diversification. A little bit of furniture with your clothing. Like Kitty just brought in some furniture from the auction house. She's got some furniture. She's got some clothing. Have some clothing with your furniture. You're not dependent on one thing. It is important, but that is venture capital for you, folks, and look at what's happening to poor Wayfair. I don't feel bad for them. I do not feel bad for Wayfair. I just liked this, people. I just found this funny. Cheetos has extended its partnership with Bad Bunny through a leisure wear capsule collection developed in collaboration with Adidas. Um, to access the collaboration, you have to scan a Cheetos covered finger. So you have to cover your finger in Cheetos and scan it with your phone to be able to open the collection. I just thought that was great. I'm going to talk a little bit about some state initiatives that are going on in Massachusetts. I had a legislative meeting on Massachusetts issues, but a lot of these issues are not did not start in Massachusetts. There are organizations pushing these that usually start in different states or go on to different states. So I want you to be aware of issues like this that could pop up in your state, and just have your ear. I know not everybody's going to be following every legislative thing like I do. Okay, and I'm not asking you to, but what I'm asking you to do is just keep your ears open if you hear something like this in your state, okay, to get on it, okay, because other states, a lot of things start in California and New York, and then states like Massachusetts jump in on it, and then it starts rolling out from there and growing like weeds. And we don't need some of these bad bills. A couple of them are these two. One is restrictive scheduling. And the legislative proposals are to require you to post schedules 14 days in advance and require written consent for workers to change shift. And then if you don't do that, okay, you have to pay them a time and a half is mandated if an employer modifies a worker's schedule within the 14-day time frame without written permission. The bill is specifically out there to target restaurants, retailers, and hospitality. Another scheduling bill that is being proposed mandates work schedules be posted 7 days in advance, or the time and a half pay kicks in. And the bill applies to businesses of all sizes, regardless of industry. This one, the other bill that is starting to work its way through some of the states, okay, and it's not making it to a vote in any state yet, is what they're calling dignity at work. That sounds great. Who would be against dignity at work? I mean, Kurt would probably love it if he could get some dignity at work. Okay. And it changed. They first tried to market this bill as the healthy workplace bill, and that didn't get any action. But dignity at work, they're hoping to get some action with. And this would address supposed incidents of workplace bullying. Supposed incidents. The legislation creates a new private right of action for workers to sue employers who feel they are mistreated at work. The bill holds employers accountable regardless of whether or not they're aware of the incident. The bill uses subjective language like impacts on a worker's self-esteem, or repeated reminders of past mistakes, like you keep on forgetting to take out the trash. You never clock out at the end of your shift. I had this yesterday with a team member. You always forget to clock out or to clock back in from break. And other than that, she's a great employee. But me reminding her of that loses her dignity at work, according to this bill. One of the criteria for harassment to be actionable says it has to disturb the emotional tranquility in the workplace. It has to disturb the emotional tranquility in the workplace. The bill considers excessive supervision, i.e. micromanaging, or unwarranted monitoring as bullying too. And the bill also forbids work schedules from being crafted that deliberately inconvenience workers. which begs the question, would you be required to meet any and every scheduling demand or face legal action? Obviously, there's lots of groups opposed to actions like this. Hello, Julie. How are you? I hope you're doing well tonight. There's lots of groups opposed to this. These are early stage bills at this point, although predictable scheduling bills have come up in the past in other states. Yes, it is a lot of BS, Kitty. It is a lot of BS. Hey, Kath, how are you? Great to have you here live. It is a ton of BS. But bills like this get submitted, and, you gotta love the titles. Dignity at work. I mean, who wouldn't want dignity at work? Okay, it sounds great. I want dignity for all at work. Okay, I would have been sued 5 times this week under this bill. Okay, I mean, these are discussions you have to have. Okay, it's part of being aware, and I know not everybody's going to be aware. I just want you to, if these terms show up in your news cycle, like you're hearing something, if you hear this from more than just me, okay, you need to be worried about what's happening in your state and get involved against that and talk about that should these things come up. I mean, the predictive scheduling really goes back to a couple of things. It goes back to restaurants that overschedule and then send people home. Okay. And I know some of this, okay, is bad. Okay. There are bad actors in business. So, but let's figure out a way to deal with that versus make everybody bad. So just making you aware of some of that, because I had one of my legislative calls meetings today. And you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up is what I'm telling you. So there you go, folks. There is what is happening there. I hope to bring back Friday night trivia tomorrow night, among other things. It's been a long week, but I'm excited. There's so many great things happening, and I am excited about that. You know what else excites me is that this video and everything I talk about, goes over to nards.org/resale strong by noon the next day. Noon, I tell you, it's amazing. All the files, all the links, and the videos go over there to nards.org/resale strong. And the YouTube page, you're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and oh yes, ring that bell so you know when a new video drops. You can also share it with all your friends in business, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, so we can help everybody make it to the other side. I'm here, folks, live in the Nards private Facebook group and streaming on YouTube every night at more 8 than ish. But if you have a question in between, just email me, Neil, Neil, at ECIstores.com, Neil at ECIstores.com. We start this program every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. If you were not here at the top of the program tonight, we're on page 90. Our good morning today was good morning. You're mine. That is yours alone. Do what it takes to make yourself comfy. Build a library in there. Play some music. Make it your home. Our good night tonight is good night. Your mind is yours alone. Do what it takes to make yourself comfy. Draw the blinds. Kick out unwelcome guests. Make it your home. Can you borrow a No, you can't borrow a combine, nor can you buy a combine with your SBA money. That's like a farm boat. A combine is a farm boat. You can't buy a combine, Kurt. No. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah, a cutting down the corn party. I don't know. We will party again. We will party in person. And when we do, I'm going to be there with you. But until then, and until tomorrow night at More 8 Than Ish, know that you, and you, but most importantly you, yes you, you're not alone running this store. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. It's time for dinner.